Apple's smartwatch game is set for another chapter with the upcoming Apple Watch Series 11, expected to launch in September 2025, right alongside the iPhone 17, the new Apple Watch Ultra 3, and a refreshed Apple Watch SE 3. While Apple tends to stick to its yearly rhythm with watch releases, there's genuine curiosity in the air this time. The Series 11 might not only bring smarter health tools, but could signal a more connected and more intelligent future for wearables. Let's take a deep dive into all the reliable leaks, insider info, and rumors surrounding this much-anticipated Apple Watch release. And trust us, there's a lot more happening than just a spec bump. A familiar design, but still room to grow. Apple reworked the form factor with the Series 10, delivering a thinner body and noticeably larger screen. That was one of the biggest design updates in years. Now, with the Series 11, insiders don't expect a major overhaul. Visually, it may look just like its predecessor, but Apple may choose to keep things fresh through new color finishes, exclusive strap materials, and limited edition band designs. And while Series May 11th retain its overall silhouette, the third-gen Apple Watch SE is expected to get a complete redesign. That model could inherit some of the Series 10 and 11 design language, potentially with thinner bezels and a larger display. That strategy would make sense, offering modern looks at a more accessible price point. The big rumor, blood pressure monitoring, is coming. One of the most talked about new features is blood pressure monitoring. Yes, Apple might finally be ready to take the next leap in health tracking. According to insiders like Bloomberg's Mark Gurman, this feature might not be as detailed as you'd hope. Instead of real-time or continuous tracking, it may work in a similar way to sleep apnea detection, alerting users if there's a notable rise in pressure over time, without delivering deep clinical diagnostics. What about glucose tracking? Unfortunately, blood glucose monitoring still appears to be years away. Apple is reportedly working on non-invasive technology for tracking glucose levels without drawing blood. While some expected this to surface sooner, it's not something we'll likely see until at least Series 13 or beyond. But don't count Apple out. They've been consistently investing in health innovation. watchOS 12, visionOS inspiration, and AI-powered coaching. Even if the hardware feels familiar, the software might offer the real transformation. watchOS 12 is expected to debut at WWDC 2025 and could bring a new floating, semi-transparent interface that takes cues from visionOS, the operating system behind Apple Vision Pro. This could make interactions more fluid and immersive, enhancing the Apple Watch experience visually and functionally. Another big highlight might be the AI health coach. Apple is rumored to be working on a smart assistant that acts more like a personal trainer than a passive activity tracker. This digital coach would use your workout data, sleep patterns, and daily habits to offer personalized suggestions, encouragement, and routines. It's one of Apple's more ambitious ideas, blending artificial intelligence with real-time health data. If Apple nails the implementation, it could become a daily companion for millions looking to stay on track with wellness goals. This AI push will likely extend across devices, but the wrist is a particularly personal place to put it. Performance gains, the S11 chip. Every new Apple Watch brings a chip upgrade, and Series 11 won't break that tradition. The new S11 chip is expected to power the upcoming model, improving both performance and power efficiency. With better battery optimization and faster app loading, Series 11 could feel more responsive, especially for users who demand a lot from their smartwatch. Improved efficiency might also be a game changer for features like sleep tracking, which currently puts a strain on the Apple Watch's already modest battery life. While Apple hasn't confirmed whether it'll move to a multi-day battery standard, more efficient chips may be a step in that direction. A potential shift, MediaTek modems and satellite connectivity. One of the more surprising leaks is that Apple could move away from Intel modems and begin using MediaTek cellular chips for the Apple Watch Series 11. This would be a major internal shift. The reason? possibly to enable 5G reduced capacity, RedCap, or even satellite-based connectivity in the future. This type of hardware change could unlock a whole new level of independence for the Apple Watch, especially for adventurers, remote workers, or athletes who find themselves out of cellular range. The technology could eventually allow watches to send emergency messages or simple location pings without needing a nearby phone or Wi-Fi connection. Though this feature might debut with the Ultra 3, there's still hope that the Series 11 could benefit from early adoption or a scaled-down version. The legal battle, blood oxygen monitoring in question. Due to Apple's ongoing legal dispute with Masimo, a medical tech company, newer Apple Watch models have seen the blood oxygen monitoring feature removed in some regions. It's unclear whether Apple will be able to bring this function back in Series 11, unless Apple finds a way to re-engineer the sensor technology or reach a settlement. This once prominent feature may continue to be excluded, at least temporarily. It's a disappointment for users who relied on it, but Apple might offset this loss by focusing more on the new blood pressure capabilities or software-based health improvements. What we want to see. Let's face it, Apple's hardware is always polished, but that doesn't mean there isn't room for improvement. Fans are hoping that Series 11 delivers on a few fronts. Battery life that finally breaks the 24-hour barrier, especially for those using sleep tracking or GPS-based workouts. More watch face personalization. Users have been asking for more than color tweaks. Dynamic widgets or real-time complications would be welcome. Improved band swapping. It's time for a magnetic or click-based system that doesn't require finger gymnastics to remove a strap. Enhanced AI. Whether it's via Siri or a dedicated Apple Intelligence layer, smarter wrist interactions are long overdue. More health sensors. Even incremental ones like hydration tracking or stress monitoring would help Apple stay ahead of competitors like Samsung and Fitbit. Final thoughts, is it worth the wait? The Apple Watch Series 11 doesn't look like a revolutionary product from the outside, but Apple is clearly preparing some meaningful under-the-hood changes. With blood pressure alerts, an AI fitness coach, performance enhancements via the S11 chip, and a potentially more futuristic UI with watchOS 12. This update might be the perfect balance between refinement and innovation. And let's not forget, Apple's approach to wearables has always been about ecosystem integration. Whether it's unlocking your Mac, monitoring your heart, or just replying to texts on the go, the Apple Watch remains the gold standard in smartwatches. The Series 11 looks like it will carry that legacy forward. So if you're someone holding on to a Series 7 or earlier, the jump to Series 11 might be the one you've been waiting for. Stay tuned as we inch closer to Apple's September event. And don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates.